Who dear, Pep, Kasper Hogh struck twice in the space of 2 first-half minutes as Manchester City slumped to one of their worst-ever European results. Sign up for the football newsletter. Thank you. Kasper Hogh stunned City with 2 goals in 2 first-half minutes. Credit, AFP. City were at 6s and 7s as Hogh netted Bodo, Glimt's second credit, AFP. Jens Petter Hauge scored a goal of the season contender by curling in a third credit, Getty. Stand-in skipper Rodri was also sent off for 2 stupid quick yellow cards to scupper any hopes of a fightback for his team. And this disastrous night Pep Guardiola's depleted, needing to beat Galatasaray next Wednesday to stand any chance of a top 8 finish. Having gone out in the playoff round to Real Madrid last season, you would think they had learned their lesson. But take nothing away from the Norwegian side, who made it a miserable return to his homeland for Erling Haaland. Read more in football. They could have won by several more but for Gianluigi Donnarumma and a couple of marginal offside decisions. Bodo had never even won a game in this competition but came within a couple of minutes of a famous win at Tottenham earlier in the season. They also famously reached the semi-finals of the Europa League last season, where it was Spurs who denied them a place in the final. Yet you could have forgiven Kjetil Knutson's side if they were a little bit rusty. Most read in Champions League. Ryan Cherki gave City brief hopes of a revival after pulling one back. Credit, AFP. But any momentum was killed off when Rodri was shown a second yellow. Credit, Reuters. City were run ragged, won one of their most humiliating nights. Credit, Reuters. City had played 10 matches in all competitions since Bodo last played a competitive game, way back on December 10. However, instead they looked fresh while a depleted City side looked to be still feeling the effects of Saturday's derby defeat at Old Trafford. The visitors had plenty of the ball without creating too much of note, and Bodo were keen to sit back and hit them on the counter-attack. And so it proved midway through the first half as the home team left City reeling. Rookie defender Max Alén missed his pass and then lost track of Hogh. Old Diedrich Blomberg went round Ryan Ait-Nouri and looped a ball to the back post where the forward headed beyond Gianluigi Donnarumma. Incredibly, just 117 seconds later it was 2. Pep Guardiola looked horrified in the dugout as he watched City implode. Credit, Getty. Alén again made a hash of his clearance and Blomberg got in behind them before squaring to Hogh. The forward, who had never scored in the competition before tonight, could hardly believe his luck as he thumped his effort beyond the City keeper. Hogh is being linked with a move to Norwich this month. If this proves to be his parting gift, then what a way to bow out. City were missing 9 players through injury and suspension, while new boys Antoine Semenyo and Marc Guéhi were ineligible. This was the youngest ever Champions League side picked by the English club in all their years in the Champions League, with an average age of just over 24. Suddenly they found themselves facing a huge examination at the ecstatic Aspmyra Stadium. Teams to take a 3-0 lead vs City in the Champions League. Bayern Munich, October 2013. Barcelona, October 2016. Liverpool, April 2018. Sporting Lisbon, November 2024. Real Madrid, February 2025. Bodo, Glimt, January 2026. You could have forgiven Bodo for parking the bus in the circumstances, but to their credit they continued to push. That left a few gaps at the other end before the break as Rodri headed back across goal, but Haaland couldn't get anything on it. Then the forward got ahead of Jostein Gundersen but directed his shot the wrong side of the post. The second half continued in a similar vein as City dominated possession but could not find a way back into the game. Bodo could have extended their lead as Hakan Evgen's effort was kept out by the legs of Donnarumma. Evgen then did get the ball in the net as Bodo again got in behind the visitors' defense, but this time they were denied by an offside flag. So it was no surprise when the third goal arrived as Rodri gave the ball away in the middle. It fell to Jens Petter Hauge, who pushed on and then curled an effort into the top corner from 25 yards for the best goal of the night. What a story it was turning out to be. City did manage an immediate response as Nico O'Reilly held the ball up on the edge of the box and Ryan Cherki's deflected effort fizzed into the bottom corner. But any hopes of a comeback were virtually extinguished as captain for the night Rodri let his team down. He was booked for a foul on Evgen and then within a minute he inexplicably pulled back the same player from the resulting free kick. The former Ballon d'Or winner has endured a difficult 18 months with injuries, but there was no excuse for this. Recommended stories. Hogg came within inches of recreating his goal but hit the top of the bar, while Hauge had another effort ruled out for offside. Had they got another one, it would have been fully deserved. City went from winning in the Bernabeu to being outplayed in Bodo. Comments.